Hi everyone, it's Bryan from YourParanormal. Hey, so we have all these introductions, all these team intros from August, and the one I did wasn't of the same format. So what I'm gonna do is I'll go ahead and kind of start fresh and use the same stats as I did back in August. So it's kind of congruent here, and then as we move forward to have like new reintroductions of the team, after they've done 5 investigations, 10, etc. I'll kind of go along with that. So I also didn't answer the same questions as my team. So in the next coming days or weeks, I want to introduce you to my team because every month, starting in May, we're going to be releasing all these investigations. And, when you see Drew, when you see John, Matt, Dan, in this upcoming investigation, I want you to know who they are. I want you to know their paranormal goals. So I wanted to go first here and kind of, redo my intro back from August because I didn't ask any of these questions. So tell us a little bit about yourself. My name is Bryan. I am the leader of YourParanormal. We actually created this group in August of 2019. My paranormal adventure so far. So back in 2013, I joined a group at my college. It was a paranormal research group, and we went and did research on specific locations. We actually went on investigations. And when the founder of that group graduated, he actually left me, the group. Thank you so much, Eugene. And ever since, I've been extremely into the paranormal. I've led, I've taught how to actually conduct paranormal investigations. But I suppose before 2013, it was all about the movies, not so much the shows for me, but the movies. I loved the paranormal movies. They were scary and they seemed more real than any monster movie because you never know what could happen at 3 a.m. So it was scary paranormal movies all the way up until 2013, and that's when I started actively researching and actually investigating. So my goals out of my paranormal adventure so far are basically 3 things. I want to conduct enough investigations to where I have a giant handful of evidence where I could show my friends, family, clients, everyone that are interested in the paranormal, all the different clips, audio, video that I found, and I'm really excited to be back in the game. And number 2, I want to bring this experience to my friends. Previously I had been doing it for about 4 or 5 years, and all of my hometown friends said, oh my gosh, that sounds cool, we should do it sometime. So back in August of 2019, I went ahead and created this group so I can give them the same once-in-a-lifetime experience that I had and that I was blessed with in college. And the third goal that I have is that I share with you these experiences of leading a college group, of leading my own group outside of college, and how we're conducting these investigations so we could teach you 2 things. 1, how to start your paranormal adventure if you haven't already. And 2, to help you grow your paranormal adventure if you're already actively investigating. Maybe you're just doing flashlight tours, who knows. I want this to serve as an example, and I really want to reach out and give the paranormal community a positive impact in the only way I know how, which is teaching people how to investigate and get the most out of this ride. So, dream locations. Anything specific? I would love to go back to a giant haunted ship. I have investigated one of those. It was my 2nd investigation ever, and it was brilliant. It was so great. We had tour guides there that were like, man, I've studied this ship, years. I've never heard that sound. It's not supposed to sound like that, this, that. And just the whole atmosphere of getting on this ship almost during like sunset. And then as you're doing your rotations throughout the investigation, coming up like on top of the ship, and it's all nighttime. That's phenomenal. That would be my dream location. I know a lot of people want to go to a hospital, an insane asylum. I haven't done the hospital one, so that's probably my 2nd. but I really want to go back to a haunted ship because I think, being on the water and just experiencing that, obviously paranormal investigating is a once-a-lifetime experience, but, if you haven't investigated a ship that's haunted, you got to do so. Do whatever it takes to rent that bad boy out, because that's absolutely wonderful, and you'll thank me for it. All right, roles. What role am I looking forward to the most? You got the photographer, the EVP tech, the recorder, the camera operator, and the static tech. Now, a full disclosure here, I've done them all. I really enjoy them all. I really do. I feel the most comfortable in the EVP tech role. One of the reasons is I know the specific questions to ask, and another part of being the EVP tech is making sure that everyone can ask their questions and not be too overbearing. But I like having that control where I'm not necessarily leading the investigation, but I'm leading the conversation, and I'm making sure that everyone on the team during these EVP sessions gets to ask their questions. And that to me is the most important part. And then the second one, of course, would be the camera operator, because I think it's so cool to be able to see, when everyone else is in the pitch dark, you can actually see with the IR lights, and you're the one really capturing the story of the investigation. I absolutely love it. So, is there anything I'm afraid of? There are two big things that I'm afraid of. Number one is something following one of our members back. Now, if something followed me back to my house, I have the confidence and the knowledge to prepare for it and to assess what's going on, and obviously just make a video about it. But I have the resources, I have the knowledge. If something is getting in the way of my life with my girlfriend Julie, my dog Ellie, and if it's anything threatening, I have the resources to sage and bless this thing out of existence. And not only the resources, I have the network. I have very close friends that are psychics, mediums, and that are very skilled and talented. So I'm not too afraid in that regard. In terms of something following us back, I'm afraid for my other team members. Now that's really my fears of paranormal investigating, is all about them. You see, if something happens to them, I want to make sure that they know they're okay. We're going to back them up, and that's why we have protection prayers before and after. But we're here, we're a team, we're a family, and we're here to protect one another. Of course, our goal is to get all this evidence, but we don't do any provoking, we don't use Ouija boards, and we try and keep it professional. One aspect is a safety matter, but the other is out of respect for ghosts and the paranormal in general. And third is it's the safety. I mean, you can't be risking either the safety of your members or the location, because you might be renting it out, you might be helping out someone's haunted house. Very important. And the last thing that I'm afraid of is a dud. You never want to go to a location and hype it up and nothing really happen and your members not have a good time. I mean, as a leader, you put a lot of hours into making the best investigation possible, and when nothing really happens, that's fine, because we still have all the evidence review and everything. I'm not necessarily afraid of the dud. I'm afraid that people are going to lose interest, or they're going to be sad or disappointed that nothing really happened. And I try and tell people that sometimes it's really all in the evidence review, but I want to make sure they have a good time. So, conclusion. That's what I wrote here, conclusion. My name is Bryan, and I'm the leader of YourParanormal. I've been doing this now for 6 years, since 2013. I'm coming up on 7 years here. Currently, I've done 30 plus investigations, 12 with YourParanormal. But back in August, I only did a little over 20. Okay? And there's a few fears of making sure, because if you start a group with your friends, are they going to respect you as a leader? Are you going to be able to facilitate what you need to do? And let me tell you something. My friends have been nothing but supportive. They've thoroughly enjoyed this paranormal ride. They're respectful. They know that I put so much into this, and I respect them enough that they're giving this group their time and their investigation fees, and I respect them. And honestly, going back to what I'm afraid of, I'm holding their experience to the highest here, because that's what's important to me. And I think they know that. I hope they know that. And that's really it. This is my quick little introduction, okay? We're going to be covering these investigations. Remember, we've already done 12. That was August. Now we're fast forwarding here to May. We've done 12 investigations. That's a full year of investigations. Now, some I can't show you the evidence, but what I can do is anonymously build a map. Say that there's a basement, a first floor, second floor, an attic. Here's the people that came, maybe some photos that don't, give away where we are. This is what happened. Maybe some audio that doesn't leak where it's at, if there's any audio evidence. I'm so excited. Each investigation, you're going to learn. This is not some show where, hey, there's 3 pieces of cool evidence. I think I heard the same thing that they heard. What a great show. And maybe you learn some history. I want you to know the full breakdown. And I want you to know, coming from like a group's perspective, why everyone is each role. Why did we do these specific rotations? Why did we ask these certain questions? And how can you use that to grow your own paranormal adventure or start your paranormal adventure? Like, how can you use what we're doing to start your own group? Or what can we do? How can we demonstrate what we're doing to help your group grow? Ask new questions, use new techniques, have more structure, and go forth and reward your members and really create this wonderful adventure. The paranormal community is something that is very, very special and has a very particular place in my heart. These people are caring, they're loving. A lot of people are in it for different reasons. They lost a loved one and they want to find out that ghosts are real. They want to have a great time with their friends. They just want to know in general what's going on to prove or disprove ghosts. But we're all here out of the love of it. No one's here out of spite. So if there's anything we can do, please let us know in the comments. If you really want us to cover anything specific. In the coming few days or weeks, like I said, you're going to be introduced to John, Dan, Matt, Drew, Joe, all these people. I want to make sure that if you're seeing an investigation, Gino, I want you to know, before we go through the investigation, I want you to be introduced to them, know what their goals and aspirations are in terms of the paranormal, so you can relate to them. I don't want you to just look at a clip and go, wow, that stick figure was dancing and there was no one there. I want you to go, Drew was in that bedroom when that happened. And I really like Drew because of his passion and his drive, and he watches the same ghost shows as I do, and I think he's pretty cool. I want to have that connection with you guys. I don't want this to be transactional where you go look at a few ghost clips and say, hey, that was cool, and leave. I want you to take more out of this. Of course, there will be that for those that, that's what you're looking for, because, as much as you want to be relational, there will always be someone that's transactional. But I want this to be a relationship. I want you to grow your group with us. I want you to start your group. If you've been sitting there on the fence saying, I watch all the shows, but I've never started, this is the time. I know I talked a lot about that's not necessarily introducing me, but all the things that I just talked about, that's what encompasses me in my paranormal adventure. I hope you can relate, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And in May, this is the first investigation. All right, take care, everyone.